Alrighty, welcome in to episode 3 of the Sports Ramble Podcast. As always, I'm Matthew, and I'm here with my buddy Trey.
Yes, sir.
Trey, football season is back, college
About
and
time.
NFL. But first, I want to take. I know this has nothing to do with football, but unfortunately, a sad day for the hockey world as Matthew and Johnny Gaudreau were killed, by a drunk driver, early this morning. In New Jersey, and it's just a terrible accident. I mean, I don't even know if I want to call it an accident. It's a drunk driving incident, so it's murder. It's terrible, and he's someone I looked up to as a hockey player because he was short. He's a short hockey player. And I'm a short hockey player. I'm not very tall, so seeing him make the NHL is something that always inspired me as a hockey player. So thoughts and prayers are with him and his family and everyone that is mourning the loss of him. And it's just listen. Long story short, just take an Uber. Take an Uber, man. If you're not feeling good, take an Uber. Me and Trey have done that before, and we've been out of our
Fine.
yeah,
I mean, like for me, like I know my limits whenever it
exactly.
comes to like that. So, and plus, like whenever like I go out and I'm driving, I had to like know like, hey, I gotta know my limit. I can't go like full out. So like, cause like if I go out and then I get hurt,
Yeah.
there's like a chance like my family's gonna lose a
So what?
son, a grandson, and a brother. So I'm not
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
put that risk and then like that down their mind. So like yeah, it's like whenever it comes to that, just be responsible.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I feel worse for Johnny because he leaves home I think he leaves roughly a newborn girl and his son who is 6 months old. Now
yeah,
they have
that's
to grow up without a dad. That is tough. I couldn't imagine that. I really
yeah.
could. And that's that's just tough. And so our thoughts and prayers are with the family. So moving on, hopefully brighter things. College football is back. One of my favorite things to watch, and NFL season. But NFL season hasn't really started yet. As they wrapped up the preseason, they kind of got. I call it pseudo week one, even though it's not really week one because some games have been played, but not some games haven't. So it's weird. But we'll mostly kind of cover NFL or sorry, uh, college. Excuse me. So Florida State, number 10 ranked Florida State loses to Georgia Tech. Wow. Now
DJ
Florida State.
got
So now, remember when everyone was complaining about how they didn't make the college football playoffs?
that's why.
Where are you now? Where are you now? What happened? Oh yeah, that's right. You guys suck.
Yeah, it's like they're suspect. They've always been suspect. So you
I
can
don't.
always be like good, be like undefeated until like you go reach like play like the top tier teams or like a really good team that's not really ranked. Then like it'll show on the football field. And again, that's what Georgia Tech did to Florida State. And then
My thing is now Florida State, who was ranked 10 at the time. They're according to ESPN, they're still ranked 10. Um, they're probably going to be dropped to like 20th or 24th. I would put them at 24. NC State just beat Western Carolina. Yes, Western Carolina doesn't. I don't really like. I don't pay attention to week one college football as much because all the teams that are played, all the ranked teams play teams that are just garbage. Like
yeah, it's like
Mizzou played Murray State and they beat them 51-0.
do you see the Arkansas score?
Yeah, that's a joke, dude. It's not fair. It's
My
I don't get it. I don't get why games like that are it's just not for me at least, it doesn't make sense. Like Rutgers beat Howard 44-7. Wake Forest beats NC A&T 45-13. UCF beats New Hampshire 57-3. I mean,
it's like one of those like it's I think what I believe and think that probably all like the big name schools are giving like money for all like the lower ranked schools or like that don't have that much income
yeah.
when it comes to like football. So pretty much like they're getting paid to play against like the top tier teams, even though they might get their butts whooped.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, y'all still getting like that recognition. But yeah, so
Did you see uh
Colorado.
yep.
Yep. And
Dude,
Travis,
everyone was like, "Oh my God, Colorado's down at halftime." I'm like, dude, this is what Coach Primetime wants. He wants you guys to. You guys are feeding into his help. Like you're helping him somehow.
my thing is,
Dude,
Travis Hunter,
his son is insane. Shador.
he, I don't know, cause like for Travis Hunter, he's gonna be dangerous. He's because he can play both sides, which is like
That's
not
rare.
normal.
That's rare.
And for his talent and like, do you see his stats?
Yes. On both sides of the ball, yes. He's
And
insane.
like we all know, the new college football game came out, and everyone knows there's like this option that you see like where like you see like the player's health
Yeah.
is probably like all red because like I don't know how he pulled that off.
He doesn't play every snap on the offense or defense, but when you look at like the game he played, he only took two offensive snaps off and three defensive snaps off. Out of
That's
a whole game where in like combined total snaps of offense and defense is like almost like 100 plus. That dude, he's gonna wonder why his body's breaking down at like 27, 20.
30.
Yeah. So some of the other games that I'm excited to watch, at least for week one, uh, Clemson and Georgia is going to be an absolutely insane watch.
Georgia gonna win. Hmm.
Georgia's going to whoop them probably. It's Clemson, so Clemson's
It's
either
probably
hitting.
gonna be close at halftime, and then Georgia's gonna be like, all right, let's sit up
Yeah,
and
let's
just
stop. Let's stop playing with their food and beat the crap out of them. Arkansas versus AR Pine Bluff was just a. It
we
was a
also
game. Even the commentators were like, "What do we?" They ran out of things to commentate about because they're like, "This is not fun to watch." Temple versus number 16 ranked Oklahoma. I mean, Oklahoma should win, but we saw in previous years that Oklahoma makes it tough and then they come out in the end. Who else? Ooh, Tennessee versus Chattanooga. Easy win for Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Tennessee ranked 15th though, that feels kind of low to me.
Yeah,
I
they
think they
should be
should be.
higher at least.
I mean, just based on what they did last year, I mean, it makes sense. Um, Number 4 ranked Texas versus Colorado State. I mean,
Texas.
that should be an easy win.
They should be. They should.
Miami versus Florida. Florida is not ranked. The Florida Gators are not ranked. But University of Miami is ranked 19th. I think that's going to be a closer game than most people give it.
Thank you, because it's Florida. Don't
Yeah,
sleep on Gators. Don't
yeah.
sleep.
So from two guys that went to North Texas, we're gonna watch Western Kentucky. We watch Western Kentucky whoop us. I think in basketball we beat them. I think we've beat them in football before, but not last year. I don't think we did. But they play number 5 ranked Alabama. That's prime for an upset. The reason. Okay, listen. Alabama
Wait,
has for
UNT?
Western Kentucky. No, Western Kentucky plays
Oh, was it
Alabama.
Kentucky? Oh, okay, I'm about to say that, huh?
No, I'm like there's no chance UNT plays Alabama. We would get steamrolled.
Okay, I was about to say, I was like,
Everyone from UNT that I've talked to are all like, they're like, oh my God, like, UNT is a better team now. I'm like, after the year we went,
so I saw the roster,
they're not
and
bad.
it's not bad. That's the thing. It's not
But
bad.
our team last year wasn't terrible. Our offense was great, but we were underachieved because our defense sucked.
But now I think our defense slightly improved a little bit because we got some new guys.
Yeah,
But we don't know because the offense we got Chandler Morris, our new quarterback.
not bad.
He's not he's good.
I'm gonna be watching them closely this year.
Oh yeah.
Well, I saw
Mm,
that Stone Earl was gonna he he went in the transfer portal, went back to his alma mater, well, not his alma mater, but his original college that he transferred here to. And then I don't, did he transfer? Did he come back to UNT?
what's his name?
Stone Earl? Did he come back? Because he was the backup quarterback last year to
I
Rogers. And I thought,
don't think no Stone Earl. I don't think so. No.
because he was our backup last year. Because I remember he was the starter. And, oh yeah, no, I think he's with Abilene Christian now. Because
Hold
Abilene
on.
Christian's where he started.
Yeah.
All right. So then we got Ooh, number 20 ranked Texas A&M versus number 7 ranked Notre Dame. That'll be a fun game to watch.
That's actually a good game. It's gonna be closer than people think it is, but it's gonna be Notre Dame on top. So
As someone that has a brother that goes to A&M, I have to root for A&M.
it's all good.
I mean, as much as I'm a Longhorn fan, but I mean, I guess I like the Longhorns. I've always loved the Longhorns ever since I was little. Like, I'm a big fan of Vince Young, Mac Brown, Shipley, McCoy. Yeah, I know. You're an Oklahoma fan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a
Oh,
Sooner.
so in the last 3 years, I wanted to point out the last 3 years, the Texas Longhorns are 3-0, and with a score differential of for
I
Texas
know.
score differential of plus 84. There you go. So.
I know.
But
Hey,
granted, that is not fair because that's not fair because the 2021 season we whooped you like 53 to like 15, and the only reason we did that is because you guys had like the third string quarterback because Spencer Rattler like quit on y'all.
I remember that. Oh my God, that was so terrible. And I was
Now
like,
now he's at South Carolina and doing nothing.
oh no, he got drafted.
Oh,
He's
he
in
did?
New
To
Orleans.
who?
The Saints. No, the Saints.
He's not gonna do nothing.
I mean, I saw a highlight. He threw like a couple touchdowns during the preseason. So
Oh,
even though he might not start, so
did you see Jaron Hall got waived by the
really,
Vikings?
really,
Yes, because they signed another quarterback. They signed a Packer, not a Packer, a Bears quarterback that did significantly, slightly better than Jaron in the preseason. But I thought Jaron, the way I watched it, I thought he balled out.
yeah. I mean,
He did better than Nick Mullins,
he
in
did
my
good. I
opinion.
mean, I saw some of his highlights, and also like,
He's
yeah,
not
he's
bad.
solid. I mean, he's solid, like number two back, but not like a main like running back.
Yeah.
But speaking of Minnesota, the Cowboys just signed a former Minnesota Viking
Yep.
in Dalvin Cook,
Yep.
who people think he's washed because he played for the Jets last year. He didn't do too good, but I saw his stats. The last couple of seasons he's been averaging 1,000 yards a season.
Well, that and so everyone saw that his stats in New York weren't good. Then I think he got cut by the Jets, signed by the Ravens. Played I think 1 week. Did he get injured with? I think he got injured with the Ravens, but um, yeah, no, that's not a bad signing at all. I don't. I'm not. I don't. And we did it right back to y'all. We signed Stephon Gilmore, who's
Yeah, so it's fair. Like it helps y'all defense. It helps our
yeah,
offense.
our cornerback slash free safety slash linebacking core is kind of weak. So he can play cornerback, which that's what he's known for. But he can also play linebacker if we need him to, because he's got the build of a linebacker still.
Yeah,
He's a little
and
older, but his speed might not be there as much, but he's still pretty solid in like zone read. So I'm fine with it. And then to wrap up our college football thing here. Number 23 USC plays number 13 LSU on Sunday, September the 1st. I will be watching that game.
you want to see what the upset. I said it here first.
Ooh, all right. I like that. I
I
like
said it
that.
here first.
I
It's
like
gonna be
that.
game time.
No, that's not actually a hot take at all. I think LSU could easily choke that game away. So LSU is favored only by wow. Okay, I did not expect that. LSU is only favored by 4 points.
See,
Interesting, because the over under is 64.5 and the LSU is -4. Wow, all right. Not bad. They'll cover the spread. I like how now we're talking about gambling.
yeah, they'll cover the spread though. So it's like,
That's all I
hey,
care about. I don't care about the game. I don't care if they cover the spread. See, I don't, dude.
as long
I
as they
don't
cover the spread, I don't care.
people. So I know a lot of the gambling apps now are like, oh, you can just like DraftKings Sportsbook, Caesar Sportsbook, a lot of sports books. I don't really bet on games.
Yeah, me neither. I don't
I
like
mean,
do
every
that.
once in a while, if it's like with friends, if it's a friendly, hey, I'll throw in $5 for this guy. Like the only time I ever bet was on Luca, and that was for him to drop 30, and he dropped 50 that night, and I was like, oh, thank God. But
Hey,
Um,
do that more often. Honestly,
I should, but that was like the week after he had his kid, and I was just like, oh,
Oh,
they
really? Oh, that's what's up.
that's why they valued him at 30 because he's coming back from having a kid, and so
Age of 50. I was like, huh.
yeah, literally, I was like, oh, okay, sweet, thanks, man. Needed that today. So who else is playing? Oh, okay. So I do want to look at UNT's schedule because I am interested. So the first game is against Southern Alabama or South Alabama. Don't know who they are. Let's see. So we play South Alabama. We play Stephen F. Austin. We play Wyoming, Tulsa, FAU, Memphis, kind of the same teams. Tulane, Army, UTSA, East Carolina, Temple. One game that really interests me is Texas Tech. We play Texas Tech, which I think
Okay,
is
so you know what? We could actually,
we're gonna make the we're gonna we're we're gonna make the same bowl we always make,
yeah,
the Frisco Bowl.
yes.
But
But you know what?
we have the
If
potential to win.
everything goes like if everyone plays right, I mean, of course, if everyone plays right, we're gonna win.
Yeah.
But if everyone, especially the offense and the defense, like play like sticks to their assignments, this North Texas team is gonna go on a run.
So
And I'm not just
I'll ask you the spread. What do you think the spread is? Who do you think's favored in the game? You're North Texas or Southern Alabama? South Alabama?
North Texas.
Nope. You
Really?
the spread is South Alabama by 6.
Sorry? We're not that sorry. Dang, I know we didn't do good last year, but dang, really?
They're favored. So here's the matchup predictor. So the University of Southern Alabama or South Alabama is favored at 63.3% to win the game, and we're at 36.7. Let me look at their last 5.
No, that's a dang lie.
Okay, so they beat Marshall 28-0. They lost to Texas State 52-44. Then they beat Eastern Michigan. Is it Eastern Michigan? Am I reading this correct? Yeah, they beat Eastern Michigan 52 or 59-10.
Dang.
And they lost to Troy 28-10. So I can kind of see why they're giving the edge to US. I call them USA because that's what their initials are, but USA. But man, but the game is away. We're playing our first game away, so that I guess that kind of also plays a factor.
Oh yeah, that kind of okay. Never mind. We might go 0-1. Might start the season 0-1. Everyone's gonna be
So
like,
our home games are against Stephen F. Austin, Wyoming, Tulsa, Tulane, which that's going to be a tough matchup.
okay, so that's okay. So that's four home games so far.
Or
So
so
far.
far, yeah, and then
Okay,
Army
so I
and
see us winning.
we're going. We have 6 home games, 6 away games.
Okay, so that works out. So I can see us winning those three first home games, and
Dude,
then
versus Tulane, we're probably gonna get whooped.
yeah, Tulane we might lose to that one. So our record right now sits at 3-2.
Yep. Texas Tech, dude, I can't gauge Texas Tech. Like, I really can't. Oh no, we're gonna get whooped by Texas Tech. They have the matchup predictor at 86%
Never
win
mind.
rate for Texas Tech,
three and
and
three.
it's away, so that's kind of tough for us.
I mean, we don't know. We might. Hopefully, we'll see what Chandler Morris can pull out.
You say that, but listen to these last 5 teams that the Raiders beat. The Red Raiders beat. They beat UCF at a score of 24-23. They beat Kansas 16-13. They beat TCU 35-28, and they beat Cal 34-14.
Never mind. We're gonna get butts whooped.
There you go. Because we lost to SMU, UTSA, and Memphis all in this last year.
Yeah.
We do
Yeah.
play Army. That's kind of a revenge game because last year we lost to Army.
We lost to Army.
Last year I think we did. Yeah, I know.
Uh,
That brother did. UTSA should be a win. That's a give it. That's kind. Well, actually, UTSA has been tough.
so if if we're all if okay, if I'm correct.
If we're basing this off basketball, we should be.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so if everything goes like according to plan, we should be at least
I have them
if
at
there's
six
four
and
games
six.
in the season, so probably like eight and 4.
What are you smoking? I have
Hey, look
I
on the
have them
bright
at
side.
6 and 6, dude. They're gonna underachieve. We know this.
8-4 or 7-5. 7-5 at most, 8-4, just depending on if we pull off an upset.
Fair enough. I'll give you that. And then we played our last game is against Temple, who we played at home last year.
So we're
And
gonna play in.
they have what's his name? He was the quarterback for the Rams during the Greatest Show on Turf. Warner. They have Warner's kid. Temple has Warner's son as the quarterback.
Okay.
Because I remember I was at that game and we were screaming at him like, "Drew, where's your dad? I want him to sign this football." Like we're just giving him crap, and it
Yeah.
was so much fun to watch. Um, but yeah, as someone that's had to go through the pain of watching North Texas football, I will still watch them, but I'm not going to watch them as much enthusiasm as I used to. Mostly because I'm not going to be at the games. I'm not. I'm just not because I'm in Austin. I can't come to the game. I mean, I could come to some of the games. But yeah, if you want to go to a basketball game, though, let
That's
me
what
know.
game.
I'm down to go to a basketball game because I think we get tickets. I think we get. We don't know if we get free tickets, but I think we get like.
On that day?
I'm pretty sure we get discount tickets,
Yeah.
which
I mean,
I'm.
I'll be down for that.
Yeah, for real, dude. I would love to do that. All right, so then college football. Not really much to talk about in terms of the NFL. The only thing that I can think of is the Brandon Ayuk saga officially comes to an end, only to re-sign with the San Francisco 49ers, which was it felt like it
Going
was gonna
back to
it
what you
felt
were
like it was gonna be
saying.
the yeah, looking back it was gonna be the predicted outcome. Everyone's like, "Oh, he won a 49ers shirt to practice." Who cares? Everyone blows it out of proportion. It makes me laugh. They're like, "Oh
Wait,
my
so
God."
wait, they said like he wore a 49er shirt to practice?
Yeah, like a warm up, like not like to the 49ers practice, but like to like a war like a training like a like yeah, you go to like train with a different trainer.
Yeah, that's still his team.
Yeah,
Why
it's
didn't
like he still got dude. It's like I don't go to North Texas anymore. They're not my team, but I still have a crap ton of shirts in my closet from them.
Yeah, like I still rep him. It's like man, I went to it's my alma mater, so I can't.
Exactly.
So I got I'm still gonna rep my team. So
I know.
I'm
I
not.
wonder. I know the Steelers had a
Yeah,
deal in place, but I don't. Does anyone know what the deal is going to be? Because who do they have to trade? Nobody. I mean, it would have probably been like two or three firsts.
I don't know, but like my because my uncle he's a Steeler fan, and I just like I feel bad for him because like okay, so what's crazy enough, even though they're in a really tough division in AFC North,
Yeah.
I can still see them going 9-8. I can still see them because like how good their defense is, and then Mike Tomlin. You
I'm
can't
waiting.
really.
They're never gonna fire Tomlin unless they because Steelers never fire coaches. They retire or conveniently their contracts conveniently expire. So
Yeah, he's just gonna be just like Greg Popovich. He's probably just gonna be there till like he old and gray, and then retiring, run off in the sunset.
well, I mean, your uncle will know this, but you guys had to deal with Bill Cowher and you guys had to deal with Chuck Noll being an anchor on the '80s teams. You'll deal with Tomlin. Tomlin to me is as much as I miss him being because he everyone don't forgets this. He started out as the special teams coach for the Vikings. And then he got hired as the head coach at the Steelers. No, not the head coach. He got hired as an assistant coach. Then he moved up to head coach. But he Tomlin is a guy that for me he's like a walking, talking cliche. And the reason I say that is watch any press conference he does and take a shot anytime he utters the phrase "the standard is the standard" or "not living in your fears" is uttered. Because and then same thing with how he cannot manage a game clock to save his life.
Oh, mm.
Even
Well, we
even even to this day, he can't. Like, look at last season. He couldn't manage. He didn't call a timeout, so he should have called the timeout. It's third and goal. I remember it so vividly. It's third and goal. I believe they were playing. Were they playing the Patriots? No, I can't remember. Who were they playing? I think they were playing either the Patriots or yeah, no, I think it was Patriots. And it's third and goal, and instead of calling a timeout, Tomlin lets them run the ball. They get to fourth down, still doesn't call a timeout, and they're able to kick the field goal and go up by 3. If you kick the field goal, if you let them, I kind of understand Tomlin, where he's like he wants the clock to run out. He doesn't want to call a timeout to give New England time. But if you if you, for whatever reason, if you give him, if you call a timeout, it screws up their timing. But whatever.
Yeah,
I'm excited to watch Dan Campbell this year. See what he
yeah. So yeah, and we played Detroit this year. The Cowboys played Detroit this year, so
is. That a revenge game for y'all?
revenge game. We
Yeah.
beat them. Okay,
You
so
got
okay.
lucky.
Hold on. Yeah, I know we got lucky there. We don't talk about that, but we did got lucky.
I like how you
And
guys
I
blame
was
the
about to
refs for
say,
the playoff
speaking
games
of
you
clock
guys won.
management problems, our coach has clock management problems too because he can't. Oh my god! Like the amount of times that like we had games won and then we don't we like so let's say like oh we're up, let's run the clock. Like it's like second or third and down, like 3rd and 5. We don't have to pass. We pass the ball and it gets incomplete and it stops the clock. And everyone's looking at that like, why you doing it? Just run for a couple yards, slide, and live to see another day, and then let the clock run. But no, we did the complete opposite, and that's what almost cost us the game against Detroit last year, which Detroit should have won the game, but no.
No, I know. Did you that officiating crew that called that was banned? They were banned from doing any playoff games.
I
At
remember
least as
that
a crew. Individually, they could do a different crew, but individually they could do a different crew. But they
that
as a
crew by
group they
itself.
couldn't do. No, they were not allowed to do playoff games. They were banned from doing that. Or at least suspended. I don't say banned, but suspended is more like it. But yeah, dude, I'm excited to watch football season. I haven't done any fantasy draft stuff. I don't want to do any
Yeah,
fantasy.
my family's about to do one
I don't
on.
I don't really want to do any because I'd rather just watch the game and enjoy it. Like if I join one of my families, that's fine. But like in
Yeah, I'm
terms
just
of
with my family. If I do like with my friends and stuff, it might be too like
well, I
um
don't like how everyone's like when I do it with friends, they're always like, "Oh, dude, let's make, like money." I'm like, "What?
no, that's when like
Why?"
no. And like cause last
At what
year
point did I say I wanted to put money in?
because last year my team went 15. I think I told you this already.
Yeah, we talked
My
about
team
this in the
went
last one.
15-1, and Jamar Chase and Keenan Allen all sat out the last week of the game, last week of the season.
Hmm.
And guess what? It cost me my playoff game, and I lost. I was the number 1 seed. I pulled a Cowboy. Yeah, I know. I pulled a Dallas Cowboy. I choked in the playoffs.
No,
Anyways,
but yeah,
uh,
no, dude, it is what it is. And then so real quick, little quick update. I did not upload episode 2. That's on Trey's channel, so make sure you go check that out. Because I think that's easier than just putting it on both of our channels because it gets sketchy there. For at least for me it does because editing wise it's tougher because I have to upload mine and then I'll send it. I usually send because I just send the edited version to you. I'm like, you just upload your version. I don't really care because I didn't have time to do any of that. But this time I think what we'll do is I'll send it over to Trey and I'll upload mine. He'll upload his because this one will be a little bit better. But yeah, no, I'm someone that looking at the like college football. I think this year I'm going to be more invested in college football than I will be.
yeah, because a
Um,
new game comes out, and we know every player on the team on
I
each team.
I actually haven't gotten the game.
You ever on the game? Yeah, I
But
got.
dude,
That's why
it's
like
$70, bro. I'm waiting for it to drop to like 15 or 20.
because my thing is that's why like whenever I played my franchise, my dynasty mode for UNT, that's why like I'm really high on UNT because like the way they play, I
Yeah.
was like, yeah,
Well, last year was not good for our offense because I believe our offense was a zone blocking scheme, and
mm,
it made me bothered me because it made Rogers. I forgot his first name. I think it was it Chandler Rogers? Am I correct? I could probably be wrong about that. Apologies if I'm wrong, but he 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 was running for his life most of those plays. The game against UTSA last year, that game he was running for his life. Like because they were kept blitzing him, and our zone blocking scheme kept getting caught, and because they would spread, and then the I call them Sam or Will linebackers. That's what I call them. Or he shot the A gap, and Rogers had to cut out to the run out to his right, and I was like, oh well, there he goes again. He's gonna get killed. Um, there was one game I watched. It was the I want to say it was the Western Kentucky game last year where no, it was the Army game last year where Chandler Rogers started. No, Stone Earl started. Stone Earl started. I remember this. Stone Earl started, and he threw three interceptions, and we didn't pull him.
I didn't pull him.
They didn't pull him. That's why we lost that game. That's why we lost the game against
He
Cal.
deserved to lose that game.
That's why we lost the game against Cal last year because we didn't pull him. He threw three interceptions, and we had a chance to win the game. And he throws in it. We're kind of going down the field. We're kind of relying on our offense, our wide receivers who now have committed everywhere. See, that's what I hate about NIL is that we're gonna be unless we get like homegrown talent, we're gonna be a stop point for a bunch of players that want to go to bigger colleges. Which don't get me wrong, that's bad. That's not bad, but we're only getting 1 year production out of them. All right, so this was episode 3 of the Sports Ramble Podcast. Episode 4 will be next week when we will cover, I believe, week 2 will be covering, and then will that be week 2 of college football, and then I believe it will be week 1. Week one hadn't
Okay,
week 1 hadn't happened yet for the NFL, but we'll still look at the matchups and stuff like that.
the Cowboys are winning the Super Bowl.
Hey, for everyone that just listened to Trey, don't believe him. But that is all, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next week. For Trey Williams, I'm Matthew Wagner. We'll see you next time.